All right, make sure that your notebooks are out because we're going to start the last section today, which is multiplying polynomials together. And what time does this period end with the chapel, guys? 10 o'clock? So I have 12 minutes. So we probably won't finish this today, but we'll at least get a good start on it. So we're going to multiply polynomials together. So everything we've learned up to this point leads us to this final section, in the part, which is how we're going to multiply these polynomials together. Okay. And the way we're going to do that is through a method called FOIL. Okay, so everyone's going to want to write this down. This is important. Okay? You're going to FOIL. When you multiply these polynomials together, you're going to use FOIL. Okay? And this stands for first, outer, inner, and last. Okay? So let's do a quick example and we'll use some easy numbers. So let's pick, has everyone got that written down?
Yeah.
So you're going to want to remember FOIL. So let's find a couple binomials. So let's review by Weston. You're going to tell me you're going to pick a binomial. What is a binomial?
It's two polynomials.
Well, it's a polynomial with two terms, right?
Yeah.
So give me one.
2.
Come on, the water's fine.
2x squared.
2x, okay. Make it a little, you could do that. Let's make it simpler. Just x plus something.
2x. 2c.
All right, how about 4? I want to make it simple to start.
Okay.
All right, Elise, you give me another one over here.
7.
Okay, x minus 7. All right, so these are two simple binomials. And you guys are right, they are going to get harder, but for the first example, I want to sort of make something sort of simple for you, okay? So what do you have? You have a binomial here and a binomial here, and you want to multiply these together. So how are you going to do that? Well, you're going to use FOIL, all right? And for Katie, FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. So you might want to write that down. That's going to be important. All right, so here's first. The first is this one multiplied by this one. If I multiply those two things, those are the first terms in each of my binomials, okay? So I'm going to multiply those first. What is x times x, Felix? X squared.
Wait, what is FOIL stand for again?
First, outer, inner, last. Okay. All right. Let's see. So those are the first. The blue here will be my outer. Notice they're on the outside. Okay. What is, Shay, x times negative 7?
Negative 7x.
Very good. Come on in. Water's fine. Have a seat.
Where's the water?
Okay. Now we're going to go to the inner. And notice, guys, they're on the inside. Those are my inner terms. Okay? And Elise, what is 4 times 7? I'm sorry, 4 times x.
4x.
Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay. And then finally, I have my last terms. They're the last expression in both binomials, right? And Dan, what is positive 4 times negative 7? Negative 28. Okay. So this is what I have. I have these 4 things. Now, are there anything, Shay, that I can combine?
The negative 7x and the 4x.
What will I get?
Negative 3x.
Okay. So my whole answer is x squared minus 3x minus 28. Okay? So if I multiply these things using FOIL, I'll get x squared minus 3x minus 28. If you have a notebook, you might want to get it out, Desiree, so you can do the homework. FOIL is what we're using to solve these. Yeah. First, outer, inner, last. Yeah.
So we're still doing homework, even though we might not finish the whole lesson.
Well, that's really the whole lesson. I'm just going to get harder examples, and the book will give you harder examples. Okay. We'll probably spend Wednesday and Thursday reviewing. Your test will be Friday for those who came in late. The test will be Friday. Okay. So it's going to take us 2 days to review this. So let me find some in the homework that are a little bit
When did I supposed to be copying that?
FOIL. Okay. All right, so let's make it harder like Weston wanted to do from the beginning. And let's say 3a minus 2a minus 3. Okay. Alex, what am I going to do first? Right, I'm going to do the first terms, because FOIL, the first thing I do is the first term. So I'm going to multiply the first two things. And what is 3a times a? 3a squared. Good. Okay. And Elise, what's the next thing I do?
Multiply 3a times negative 3.
Right, the outer terms. Good. And what is 3a times negative 3?
Negative 9a.
Negative 9a. All right. And Tim, what's the next thing I do?
You do 2 to the,
What letter am I on in FOIL?
I,
I, which stands for
inner.
inner.
So you do 2 to A and you get 2.
Well, you do negative 2a, right?
Yeah, negative 2A. I'll cyclometer write all this down.
Okay. And then finally, Eric, what's the last letter?
L.
What's that stand for? Last. I'm doing my last terms, okay? And what is negative 2 times negative 3? I'm sorry? Positive or negative? All right. And Hojin, is there anything I can combine here? And what do I get? Negative 11a. Good. 3a squared minus 11a plus 6. Okay? What? Okay.
I taught that long ago.
All right, let's see. All right, so what if we have, all right, what if I'm multiplying a binomial by a trinomial, okay? So the FOIL method works for multiplying binomials because there's 4 things, but what if I have x plus 3, and then I have x squared minus x plus 2, okay. Notice what I'm doing, guys, when I'm doing my multiplying my polynomials. I'm doing the distributive property, only with everything in the beginning is getting multiplied by everything by the second. So in other words, x is getting multiplied by the first, the second, and the third. And then once I'm finished with that, I'm multiplying the 2 by everything. Okay? So, Eric, what's the first thing I'm going to do here? What's x times x squared? X cubed. I add the exponents. Notice that. Okay? And Katie, what's x times negative x?
Negative x cubed.
Negative x squared to the second power. Desiree, what is x times positive 2?
I mean, positive 2.
2x. Is positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay. Weston, 2 times x squared.
2x squared.
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Tim, 2 times negative x.
Negative 2x.
And then finally, Eric, 2 times 2.
4.
Positive or negative?
Positive. Triangle.
Okay, how can I combine these? Well, notice I can only combine things that have like terms. So my x cubed is just going to stay x cubed. But now I have minus 1x squared plus 2. How am I going to combine that? What's that going to be? Anybody? Nathan?
Negative x squared.
I have minus x squared plus 2x squared. I have a positive 2 minus 1.
So that'd be x squared.
Positive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, positive x squared. I have a 2x minus 2x. What is that, Elise?
2x minus 2x,
Yeah.
0.
Good. And then finally, I just have a 4 at the end.
Wait,
My answer
well, that
is x cubed plus x squared plus 4.
wait, how come you don't have 2x to the second power?
Where? Here?
Yeah, when you do.
I just have a plus 2x minus 2x.
No,
if I add anything
no,
to
that's the other one. The x squared and the 2x squared.
I have a positive 2x squared minus 1x squared, leaving
Oh,
1x
I see.
squared. That's the one we did before.
Okay. I see.
Anybody have any questions? The homework's going to be a little difficult. That's why I'm going to spend 2 days on a review before the test. So I understand tomorrow we're going to spend a lot of time on the homework. I want you to give a good effort though on it tonight and really try to get through it, okay? And then we're going to work on some of these in class tomorrow. We'll probably spend most of the day multiplying these things out. And then we're going to play a neat game on Thursday. We're going to bring a quiz box in. You're going to be able to buzz in. Have a good day.
We should get Snickers.
It's okay, Elise.